This is the Civilization 4 NLL. Hello and welcome to the Noble Leaders League. I am Kjotleik. This is the second game of the day. This is the 3rd division game between Tokugawa and Elizabeth. Tokugawa is 16th, 1 point. Elizabeth is number 10 with 7. Tokugawa with a 0-1-4 form. Elizabeth 2-0-3. But Tokugawa, he drew at Darius the first last round, while Elizabeth is on a 3-game losing streak. So she is losing her momentum, while Tokugawa gained his first point last time out. Tokugawa still looking for his first victory though, and what better chance than against an Elizabeth that is out of form. These are the starting positions. Resource bubbles on. We see Tokugawa starting next to a river. There is a fish up here, there is a coal down here, and a little bit more inland we have cow, there is gold, there is another fish, and there is another cow up there. He starts on the northeastern part of the starting continent, a rather small one. Elizabeth is down here. She starts also next to a river. There is wheat, there are 2 stones, there is cow, there is some fish out here. So let's get this game rolling then and see what happens. Off we go with Tokugawa versus Elizabeth in the 3rd division, round 9 of fixtures. 1 city each, different religions, Tokugawa in Hinduism, Elizabeth in Buddhism. Elizabeth is annoyed with Tokugawa already. We have 2 cities each. Turn 60 just passed. Let's see who gets 3rd. Well, I think they got the 3rd city almost immediately, almost at the same time. And we see Tokugawa is going down south to meet her, and Tokugawa first to 4 cities now. Tokugawa up to 4, even though he's a little bit weaker than Elizabeth. He has at least more cities, 5 cities now to Elizabeth's 4. And they are in different religions, Tokugawa in Judaism, Elizabeth in Buddhism. 6 cities Tokugawa, Elizabeth is on 4, 5 was on 4, now Elizabeth is up to 6 as well. Elizabeth has gone to that island, to that mini continent out in the west. And we see she is founding a few of her cities down there, and the fact that she got that one means that she is now up to equal number of cities. And even has passed Tokugawa, she is now up to 8, Tokugawa still has 7. Turn 173 is here, 9 cities Elizabeth, and now we have the war. 9 cities Elizabeth, 6 cities Tokugawa. Let's see how this war goes now. This could be important in deciding the match. 9 cities Elizabeth, 8 cities Elizabeth, 7 Tokugawa. Now we have a peace treaty. Is Tokugawa with 7, Elizabeth with 8 cities, and the war didn't account for much. 9 cities Elizabeth, Tokugawa has founded one on that island up there, so he has 8. Elizabeth is up to 11 though, and Tokugawa 0.8 the strength of Elizabeth. Elizabeth going banking, Tokugawa going feudalism, but with 11 cities to 8, Elizabeth has the advantage here. Let's see what they do tech-wise, because now they have filled up all the available lands. They need to either go to war to improve, or there is the next war though. 11 cities Elizabeth versus 8 city Tokugawa, and Elizabeth is also going for astronomy while Tokugawa gets his music and his theology. 7 cities now left for Tokugawa, and Elizabeth looks like she is on her way to stop her losing streak. She has lost her last 3 games, dropping down the table, doing so. Now she is on to nationalism. 12 cities Elizabeth, 7 cities Tokugawa, 13 cities Elizabeth. She has founded a city out there on that island in the southwest, as you can see. 13 cities Elizabeth, 7 cities Tokugawa. Tokugawa is up to 8 though, down to 7 immediately. He gets engineering, there is a peace treaty, but Elizabeth with 14, she is getting her settlers out into the new world, I believe. Now let's see, going for paper now for Tokugawa, liberalism Elizabeth. 14 to 6 is the city count at the moment. We do have the peace treaty. Elizabeth, is she going to expand rapidly into the new world, or is she not? 14 cities now, Tokugawa on the 6. I believe that if Elizabeth can do that, she could probably win domination just by expansion. She is still settling lands. in the west, in the southwest, down to the Antarctic now. The big continent to the east has not been settled yet, but she has a boat out there. Maybe she has a settler on one of them. 16 cities Elizabeth, 6 cities Tokugawa. Turn 278. And we see Elizabeth, there is the first city on the continent in the east. She has 17 cities now, and she has also a golden age. 17 cities, Tokugawa is 0.7 the strength, he's going for compass now, but Elizabeth is getting her scientific method going into communism next. Tokugawa with 0.6 the strength, and Elizabeth with 18 cities to 6. And there is the next war. I believe that this must have been surely Elizabeth attacking, although I can't confirm it yet. 7 cities Tokugawa though. 7 cities Tokugawa, Elizabeth on 19 cities, Tokugawa on 7, Tokugawa down to 6 again. He is 0.5 the strength of Elizabeth now. Elizabeth is twice as strong. Tokugawa is trying to go for the civil service, but with 6 cities he shouldn't be able to win this war at all, and I think Elizabeth has this game. Elizabeth gets gunpowder right now, going on for chemistry next. Tokugawa getting guilds in 12 or something like that. He is, with 6 cities still though. Elizabeth hasn't taken away more of his cities, but she is expanding, she's building settlers. She is expanding her empire out in the east, 22 cities now. Elizabeth, Tokugawa still on 6. She is getting replaceable parts in the little while. Tokugawa is down to 0.4 the strength of Elizabeth though. Still keeping his 6. There he's down to 5 cities. Tokugawa down to 5 cities, going for banking, but Elizabeth 3 times as strong as Tokugawa now. She's getting her steam power up, 23 cities to 5. She's going for steel while Tokugawa is on banking, and this war still hasn't been a new peace treaty, and I don't think Elizabeth should sign one. She's getting steel now as well. Going on to railroads, Tokugawa trying to go for gunpowder, but it's too late, I'm afraid. He's down to 5 cities versus Elizabeth's 24. And even if he could get a peace treaty right now, Elizabeth with 24 cities to Tokugawa's 5 should win this game easily. 4 cities now, Tokugawa. 4 cities left, and this could be it. Does Elizabeth have enough land outside of the starting continent to get domination, or is this going to be a conquest? That is the important question now, I think. Turn 340, 4 cities left for Tokugawa, and Elizabeth, she is turning it all around. She has stopped her 3-game losing streak. She is back to winning ways, and Tokugawa is back to losing. He has 4 cities, Elizabeth 26. We are at turn 346, 3 cities left for Tokugawa now. Does Elizabeth have enough land to win domination, or will this be conquest? Tokugawa with 3 cities left, and Elizabeth on 27. Going for electricity, she is 5 times as strong as the Japanese leader, and Tokugawa, he is not going to get nationalism now, is he? 3 cities left. Well, maybe, maybe not. 3 cities left, it depends how quickly Elizabeth can do this. Turn 355, still 3 cities Tokugawa. I am just waiting to see when that drops to 2 now. Elizabeth is on the assembly line as well, and now she is 10 times as strong, going industrialism next. But Tokugawa still has his 3 cities, so Elizabeth is not that good to taking cities fast. So Tokugawa, it means that Tokugawa, maybe he's actually going to get nationalism before this game is over then. 2 cities now, and there it is. He didn't. She had enough land to win a domination. Congratulations, Elizabeth. 1946 AD, turn 366. Elizabeth has won a domination victory. Elizabeth declared all the 3 wars in the game. The first one was a stalemate, the 2 others were victories. City captures were 2-2 in the first, 2-1 in the second, and then 5-1 in the third, and the third led to her winning domination 1946, turned 366 after 110 years, 78 turns in war. Statistics then? Here we see the graph, we see Elizabeth in white and she is better in score, she's better in gold, better in production, better in food, although Tokugawa was better early on in food for a little period there. Power was relatively even, but with Elizabeth as the number 1. Culture, that was Elizabeth. Espionage, that was Elizabeth. Let's go look at the demographics here. Tokugawa's numbers are weak, he lost the game. Elizabeth's numbers are decent, she won the game. Almost 20.7 million inhabitants, as we see as well. Top 6 cities and wonders. Let's go to the page down to the bottom, of the wonders to see that there were 1, 2, 3, 4 BC wonders in this game and the rest in the ADs. Go to the top. Elizabeth with London as number 1, York number 2, Nottingham number 3, Tokyo on English hands number 4, and Elizabeth also has Coventry and Oxford, so all top 6 cities controlled by Elizabeth. Statistics, we see that Tokugawa built 8 cities, 3 religions founded, currently on 4 towns, 3 farms and 3 windmills. In his cities he did build 11 granaries, 8 barracks, 7 walls and libraries. We see 1 Shwedagon Paya. Let's go page down to see that the Parthenon is the last building on the list. Current units of Tokugawa then: 6 longbowmen, 2 axemen, 2 musketmen and 1 galley. He trained a total of 70 longbowmen, 60 archers, 46 axemen, down to 1 great scientist. Let's see what he killed. 32 knights, 13 macemen, grenadiers and trebuchets, and also 1 galleon at the bottom. The losses of Tokugawa were 107 longbowmen, 43 axemen, and 32 spearmen, with 2 galleys completing the list of units lost. Elizabeth's numbers then: 23 cities built, 4 legions, 3 golden ages, currently on 61 windmills, 41 towns and 29 workshops. In her cities she did build 24 granaries, 20 lighthouses, 19 barracks, 2 aqueducts. Let's go to page down. And on page 2 we see it's a full page 2 with a public transportation at the bottom. Let's go page down again and see that there is the Great Lighthouse completing the list. Current units of Elizabeth then: 48 longbowmen, 37 transports, 30 workers, down to 1 galleon. She trained a total of 42 knights and longbowmen, 27 workboats, musketmen and workers, 7 caravels. Let's go page down to see page 2, and there is a Buddhist missionary completing the list of units trained. Let's confirm the kills: 107 longbowmen, 43 axemen, 32 spearmen, down to 2 galleys, and her losses: 32 knights, 13 trebuchet, grenadiers and macemen, and then all the way down to 1 galleon. Congratulations to Elizabeth with the win. Let's go take a look at the victory conditions screen. Here we see Elizabeth ending up with 74% exactly of the land area, 97% of the world population. Nowhere near culture. She did build the Apostolic Palace, nobody built the Apollo program for the space race. Let's go take a look at the cities then. Tokugawa has 2 cities left. Here they are. Let's sort by population. So Umo comes up on top with 4, Kyoto on 3, building a caravel and a musketman, and you see the rest here. Let's go take a look at Elizabeth's cities. There is no point in wasting any more time on Tokugawa's 2. Let's go Elizabeth, she has 29 of them. Let's sort by population, make sure we are at the top, building Wall Street in Nottingham, I see. 16 pop York, and then a lot of 14 pops, some 13 and 12, and we see they are happy with a few exceptions. They are healthy with 1 exception. Decent basic food, decent commerce, no triple digits, decent-ish I can say production as well. 113 in Nara for a Confucian Academy is good though. Building Wall Street, also building Broadway, 10 thirds away in Hastings. Bristol is at the bottom of page 1. Bristol, let's find Bristol. Bristol is there, so 3 cities from Satsuma and down on page 2, and you can all look at the numbers if you wish. Spoiler alert, results and updated league tables follows after this screen. Tokugawa then, 16th in the league, 1 point with a negative 83 score turn difference. Elizabeth now number 8 with 9 points and a positive 20. Tomorrow we have 2 games from the 2nd division, starting with Louis XIV versus Gandhi. Before that we have an NLC first round qualifying game up a little bit later today. You can either watch that one or you can come back tomorrow. I am Kjotleik, this has been the Noble Leaders League. Goodbye.
Bye.